So, Micah Parsons asked to get traded. Interesting. And we're going to talk Terry McLaurin's homeboy. Talk about that. His homeboy's rapping, whatever, doing what they're doing. We're about that today, too. Because I didn't talk about that last night, so I won't talk about it now. subscribe to the channel on the road to 8,000 subscribers. Hit that sub button, that like button, that share button. Let's get right to today's upload. Welcome back to PSN Command. That was your boy WhoDat Tech. Back on the video. If I get to our glory to God, if I got to right now, God's open doors and pay way for all people in the Lord's implement. Today's video, here are the Washington Commanders. If I get too far into today's video, give y'all a quick verse of the day, and we'll get right into today's upload. Joshua 1:8 is the verse of the day. It says, keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it, and you'll be prosperous and successful. So, you keep the gospel on your mind, you'll be successful in spreading it and also successful overall in life. Amen. Let's get right to it. So, Micah Parsons, asked to get out of Dallas. One day after Terry McLaurin has asked to get traded out of DC. This is very interesting. Diana Rossini tweeted this earlier and said this about 6 hours ago. Micah Parsons' Cowboy relationship has deteriorated to a point where the star pass rusher is taking drastic measures, which could include trade requests or even a declaration he is severing a relationship with the team, per league sources from that situation. The two sides remain far apart, heading to the second week of training camp and not currently negotiating. So Diana Rossini said that, right? And then we get this. Well, this is the whole stadium thing. We'll talk about that in a later video. I'm going to talk about that right now. Micah Parsons wants out of Dallas, have been treated poorly, and no doubt the Commanders will be a top option, which we'll talk about in a second. But I want to talk about what I want to find. See, it's all the stadium crap. I don't got time for that right now. Separate video. I just want to find this real quick. But yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Micah is out here. Here we go.
Going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. If the Cowboys trade Micah Parsons, it is going to be a blockbuster. It is going to be at least one first-round pick, maybe two, a ton of value, and he is going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL by a lot. It would take a haul, but he is one of the best players in the NFL, and if anyone could force the Cowboys to do it, Micah Parsons actually makes sense. We'll see, though. If the Cowboys trade Micah Parsons, it is going to...
It's going to take a haul, boy. Here we are. Here it is. Micah Parsons himself. Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I want to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I want to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Oh, you from the 717? Like in the Cowboys? Oh, you worse than most. How dare you? Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. Woo! I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for being injured and while laying on the line for the organization, for my fans and teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I have purposely stayed quiet in hopes of get something done, but there's confusion out there. Let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last offseason about after my third year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start negotiations at that point. I was okay, did not complain for the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again, the team that were open to negotiate. When they met me at the combine, my agent told me I should wait for other deals to get done, but the price would only go up, and I didn't care and wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. That's before any of the other pass rushers got done this offseason. I knew I would be leaving money on the table, but again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence is a part of my extension as far as my extension. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow the conversation turned to him talking contract with me. Yes, I engaged in back and forth in regards that I want from my contract, but at no point did I believe that was supposed to be a formal negotiation. And I informed Mr. Jones afterwards my agent will reach out thinking this would get things done. But when my agent reached out and spoke with Adam Schefter, and told my deal was pretty much already done, my agent, of course, told him that wasn't the case. Also reached out to Stephen Jones. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we will allow the team to reach out to us whenever they decide they want to talk. Yet still no call, email, or text from my agent about starting negotiation. Up to today, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. And still, I stayed quiet again until I got repeated shots at myself about the narratives I made. Tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Okay. So, this is interesting. He doesn't want to play for the Cowboys anymore, right? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe he doesn't want to play for the Dallas. He wants to get paid the same way that Terry McLaurin is trying to get paid too. I don't believe he don't want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't. But if there's one team he wants to play for, that's not the Star, that's not Dallas, that ain't America's team, that ain't Jury, that ain't the $1 billion playpen, it's the daggone Washington Commanders. You darn right I said it, and I don't give a crap. I said what I said. The only team he wants to play for that's not the Dallas Cowboys is right next door in his own division in D.C. with Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn. He said it himself in front of Kevin Durant. I only rock with Dan Quinn. He wants to be a Commander if he does not want to be a Cowboy. That's the only team I see him wanting to play for is the Washington Commanders. End of discussion. He don't want to be an Eagle. He don't want to be a Giant. He don't want to be a daggone Packer. He don't want to be a Cardinal. He don't want to be a goddamn Patriot. He don't want to be a daggone Raven. He don't want to be a Bengal. He don't want to be a daggone Chief. He wants to be a Washington Commander and play with JD5. I said it emphatically, and I don't care what anyone says in the freaking comment section. You Cowboy fans can come at me all you want, but you know it's true. You know it's daggone true. He said it out of his daggone mouth a couple of weeks ago to maybe a month ago. He said, I only rock with Dan Quinn. Why? Because DQ bought everything out of him. He bought that dog out of him. So, yes, we can't trade for Micah Parsons. We got our own daggone situation going with Terry McLaurin right now. But if Micah becomes a free agent, or is at a point where, hey, man, we got the best offer, take it or leave it. I think so. I think Ian Rappaport is kind of even lowballing the value. I think he'll take 3 first-round picks to get a deal done with Micah Parsons for a trade. It's going to be steep. It's going to be a blockbuster. I'm talking 3-1s or 3 and a 5. It's going to be something crazy. Great. Deshaun Watson trade-esque type of deal. This is going to get crazy. Crazy. You hear me? But nonetheless, Michael wants to be in Dallas. That's bullcrap. Miss me with that. But if Micah Parsons does not want to go back with the Dallas Cowboys and probably get 5 years for $250, which is, I think that's going to be the deal. It's going to be 5 years, anywhere between $225 and $250. It's going to be something crazy. Crazy work. You hear me? $225, I think that's $45 million per season. And we know $250 is $50 per. TJ Watt got 41. I think it's going to be at least $45 million a season to sign up on Micah Parsons. Because Micah is one of the youngest, best defensive players in football. He's one of the 6 or 7 best defensive players in football. You could say he's one of the 3 or 4 best defensive players in football. And he is 26 years old. A 4-year extension takes him to 30. A 5-year extension takes him to 31. He will be still playing at a high level, barring injuries. Got knock on wood for that. But yeah, Micah Parsons getting traded is crazy. I don't see him getting traded unless they have to take it to a franchise tag, and I think that's what 2 years from now. I think Micah has like 2 years left on that contract. I think. Let's see what Micah. Let's see what Micah did. Micah Parsons has. He's on his 5th-year option, so this is the last year. This is the last year of his current contract, his current rookie deal. So, in other words, he has 1 more year to get paid. This can get real ugly if you're a Cowboy fan. I ain't gonna lie to you. This might get ugly. I advise. Now, that's a blank check play. I don't know what the hell the Cowboys do. You can come at the Commanders all the heck you want. What the hell the Cowboys doing? That's a blank check football play over there. Give him a check and let him sound the hell he want. That's a blank check football player. You know I see the blank check football player. It's unlike a wide receiver who's dependent on quarterback play and all that. A pass rusher can go get it done. He's a game wrecker, a game changer, a game ender. That's what Micah Parsons is. Micah Parsons is a game wrecker, a game changer, and a game ender, all in one. An absolute dog. Then look at Micah Parsons' career stats and understand why the hell. First of all, I wanted to draft him back in, what was it, 2021? I wanted him. Darn it. I knew. I'm a Penn State fan. I knew Mike was going to be an absolute animal. I knew it. He went to the ops and pissed me off. But it's what he's done in the league, y'all. We did in the league, y'all. 84 total tackles, 64 solo, 13 sacks while playing part-time edge rusher. Next year, 65 tackles, 42 solo, 23 assisted, 13 and a half sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. Next year, 64 tackles, 36 solo, 24 assisted, 14 sacks, forced fumble recovery. Last year, 12 sacks in 13 games. 43 tackles, 30 solo, 13 assisted, and 2 forced fumbles. And by the way, bro got 41 stuffs in his career. And I believe like 20 tackles for loss last year. I mean, 18 and 19 or 20. I didn't say the tackles for loss, but last time I checked was like 18, between 18 and 20. Micah Parsons is a freaking game changer. It's going to take 3 first-round picks for someone to get off Micah Parsons. To get one, that's it? Crazy. 2 ones? Sign me up in a heartbeat. I think it will take more than 2 ones, man. He's 26 years old. He's 26. Now, it might not take 3 ones because you got to give him probably $250 million over 5 years or $225 at bare minimum. It's going to take $45 million per season to sign Micah Parsons. Bare, and that's a blank check football player. If you ain't seen one, Commanders fans, that's a blank check football player. Terry McLaurin ain't that. Terry McLaurin is Mr. Consistency. This is Mr. Game Record. Boy, game record. The thing we be missing for a championship. Right there, Micah Parsons. You can trade Terry McLaurin and get Micah Parsons, we still win a championship. That's how much of a game record Micah Parsons is. And if you're like, oh my gosh, we hate Terry McLaurin. I don't hate Terry McLaurin. Okay. He ain't a blank check football player. Micah Parsons is. Sorry. Get mad at your mama. Let's get to the Terry McLaurin thing if I get up out of here. So there's a tweet out there. There's a tweet out there, or post, so you want to call it, on X. And I guess his homeboy was like saying something like, yeah, it's not Buddy's fault. Terry knows his value. AP got come up to 32.5 at this point, and he's like, yeah, 25 is disrespectful. I gotta find a post. I don't have it. If I did find it, I'll put it in the thumbnail or something. But 25 is disrespectful. If Adam Peters is offering $25 million per season, that is disrespectful. I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly. That is mad disrespectful. That's a slap in Terry McLaurin's face. Now, if he's offering $28.5, that's not a slap in his face. That's actually a fair offer when you think about it. If he wants $32.5, that's almost DK Metcalf money. DK is 3 years younger than me. Y'all gotta understand. I get people, oh, but he's still productive. Age is going to play a factor in these deals, bro. It's going to, no matter how productive you are, they're going to cause a huge rift in these deals. Why do you think Cortland Sutton took $23 million? I think if Cortland Sutton was 26 years old, he probably gets 28, 29 million. But the fact that he's only about to turn 30 hurts. And it's going to hurt Terry McLaurin here. Terry McLaurin is not going to get more than 30 million a season. The max he's getting is 30.5. I don't see him going to eclipse that. I just don't. I don't. I think when all said and done, he'll probably take 29.5. When all said and done. He wants 33, 34, or 32. Let's say he wants 32.5. Commanded 29.5. They said, all right, I'm going to up it to 29.5. Take it or leave it. That's my last offer. You already requested a trade. You empty out the clip. You have no more leverage. You have no more shots to shoot. You're like a guy on his last breath. You're like a guy that's out of options, a guy that's out of moves, a guy that's one move from checkmate. Adam Peters got him in checkmate. Got him in check. One more move is checkmate. What you going to do? What you going to do, Terry? He'll up the offer to $29.5. Take that or leave it. I think as high as going to go is 35. 30.5, that is. $30,500,000. You take that or leave it. He ain't going higher than that. I think that's the highest Adam Peters is willing to go. He ain't going higher than that. So Terry McLaurin, I advise you, sir, to fire that bum agent you got. Oh, no one want to blame Buddy. Buddy's a fool. And if Terry thinks he's worth DK money, Terry's a fool. Fool. Not because he can't play. Not because he's not good. Look at the guys who have more than $33 million per season. All of them are under the age of 27 years old. All of them. All of them. And look at the guys that's comparable in age range. Mike Evans, I think, is 31. I think he's getting 25.5 per year. Cortland Sutton is 29 years old, and he just signed a $23 million per year extension for 4 years. Bro, you need to get over yourself. Yes, you're better than Cortland Sutton by a decent margin. You're very comparable to Mike Evans. Very. If Mike Evans is the 9th best receiver in the league, you're 11th. If he's the 11th best receiver, you're 9th. It's close. It's mad close. It ain't as far as you think it is. So I think Terry McLaurin need to humble himself. He better get in that Bible a little bit. Humble himself. Humble himself a little bit. I think $28.5 to $30 million per year is fair value. Anything more than that is uncivilized. End of discussion. It's your move, Terry. You're in check. You got your queen taken from you. You got both your rooks taken from you and your bishop. Your move. You're almost out of pieces and you're almost out of moves. What are you going to do? Like, comment, subscribe. That's today's video. Love you guys. Be safe, stay healthy. Let out the love of Christ. Or remember, you're not most athletic, talented in your sport choice. Most special on the field, technically sound. You will also all kind of talent and love people with dedication, man. Pro tip for like always. Comment thoughts on this video. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.